Daniel, live.
Oh, hi everyone. I'm Daniel, and this is the Daniel Star Trek Cast. And I'm here with Jacob. How you doing, Jacob?
Pretty good, Daniel. Pretty prepped and ready for the new season of Daniel Star Trek Cast.
Yeah, this is great. Oh my God, we have so much news. Like we have they just announced like a whole bunch of names for like who's going to work on the new Star Trek series. Okay, Brian Fuller, which he worked on DS9, so that's good. And that first we had Alex Kurtzman, who works with the new movies. He wrote the new movies, and I loved Star Trek '09 and Star Trek Into Darkness. And then we got Brian Fuller, which worked on DS9, and he does really interesting episodes. He worked on Voyager and DS9, so that's good. And then we have let's see. We have the guy who wrote and directed The Wrath of Khan, Nicholas Meyer. He's going to be writing episodes for this new series. He's going to be in the writer's room. And this is great. He's like the head writer. And I love The Wrath of Khan. It's such an awesome movie. What did you think about The Wrath of Khan? Did you like it?
Yeah, Khan was pretty cool. It had pretty cool like action stuff in it. Like, yeah, it had a good storyline to it. So yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was much better, like in many people's opinions, and I don't give a crap what some people say. Some people may say, oh, the motion picture made more money, when you account for inflation, and that, okay, whatever, okay, that may be true, but the thing is, The Wrath of Khan is much more critically acclaimed, and the reason why The Wrath of Khan may have made less money was because people were already burned by the motion picture. It was slow and boring. Mainstream audiences saw the motion picture, and the motion picture is what Roddenberry wanted. Roddenberry stories are boring and drab. They're all peaceful and happy, and my God, if you saw Roddenberry's style, I know he created Star Trek, but he sucks as a writer. He deserves credit as creator, but he deserves criticism as writer. He writes terrible, horrible stories. Everybody's happy, at peace in his stories, and then there's a bad guy, but then in the end, they make peace, and everybody goes home happy. That's Roddenberry's style of writing, and that's boring. Nobody wants to see that. Maybe that small niche audience that are Trekkies, like the so-called true Trekkies want, but they're a small niche audience. What does small niche audience mean? Small audience, a minority audience. The majority wants stuff like Wrath of Khan or these new movies because that's awesome. And apparently, it's just so if you saw the motion picture, it was boring and drab. It was slow paced. Even Brian said it put him to sleep.
Yeah,
it put a lot of people to sleep. It's boring. There's like this energy cloud coming to Earth. And then in the end, how many casualties are in that movie? Only a few, peppered here and there, but not very much. And then in the end, the Enterprise goes to the energy cloud, makes peace. In the end, everybody goes their separate ways. That's Roddenberry's style. And then Nicholas Meyer came on for Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. And, oh my God, you could tell Nicholas Meyer was not a Star Trek fan. He didn't give a crap. He wanted to do it his way. He wanted to mainstream it. And we got an awesome story of vengeance and wrath. We have Khan, going after Kirk, and he blames Kirk for marooning him on SETI Alpha 5 all those years ago in the original series. But he didn't really maroon him there. He kind of gave Khan an opportunity. He's like, you can't come back to Earth, but you can live on this planet. and you can conquer this world. I don't think there was anybody on there, but exactly. And then everybody went home happy, and I'm like, okay, that was an interesting episode, I suppose, but I think that episode was like called Space Seed, and then in Wrath of Khan, like Ceti Alpha, they explained it. Ceti Alpha 6 exploded. That was like the neighboring planet of Ceti Alpha 5, and then it kind of like the explosion of the Ceti Alpha 6 planet kind of destabilized the atmosphere of Ceti Alpha 5, and the whole planet became a giant desert, and it just became like really incapable of sustaining any life. Well, you could live there, but it was like really, really terrible, really treacherous, and then Khan blames Kirk for the death of his wife, when it wasn't really, and the death of a lot of his people died because, like, I don't know, like the whole planet became a desert, and there were these worms that crawled into like people's heads, and they kind of killed them. I don't know. It was a weird story.
That actually kind of reminds me of those like worms in Doctor Who. How like when Matt Smith was trying to get the worm into like that memory worm into like Clara, when Strax was like, "Oh no, I just like lost the memory worm," and like the Doctor was like, "You need gloves on like for the memory worm, like these gloves, certain gloves on for the memory worm." It was like that kind of reminds me of those type of worms that you're talking about, Daniel. Yeah,
but these worms actually, they're like deadly. They just go into your head, and they wrap themselves around the cerebral cortex, and they cause madness and death. They make you go crazy. Wow. They make you go crazy, and then they kill you slowly, like really, really slowly. So he blames Kirk for that, and then he went after Kirk, and it was like a good old space battles. Khan attacks the Enterprise, kills a lot of people on the Enterprise, and then later on, Kirk does the same thing. Kirk attacks them, and then in the end, there's a lot of casualties on both sides. But then they destroy the they cripple the USS whatever, the ship that Khan commandeered, he stole. And then Khan blew himself up. He really had a lot of wrath and hatred for Kirk. He blamed him for the death of his wife. So he said, "Okay, you know what? I'm going to die, but you're going to die with me." So he activated the Genesis torpedo, and But then at the last second, the Enterprise got away, and Spock sacrificed himself. Spock went into the chamber, the lithium chamber, and did something. I don't know what he did, but in the end, he sacrificed himself. He took massive radiation poisoning, and he saved the ship. So I really like that. I really like that. It was very good. Lots of action, lots of casualties and loss. I love that. I know people are like, why do you want death? Well, death and destruction is a part of the action. If you don't have that, then what's the point? You know what I mean? There's no consequences. There's no point. Yeah. It'll be like what? The A-Team? Have you seen old episodes of the A-Team? Nobody died in the A-Team.
I've seen bits of the A-Team, and I was like, what is this movie? Like, serious, what is this movie? It's like a load of rubbish, the A-Team. And I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah, but no, the movie was good, but the TV show,
yeah,
the TV show
was rubbish. Like,
yeah,
really?
I'm like, you're shooting all these bullets, and you're not hitting anything. Like, what the point? People are terrible shots. Just whatever.
What's the point of this series? What is the point of this series, the A-Team? It's like, really? It's just so stupid. How they didn't even shoot anyone.
No.
Like, really?
So, like,
what's the point in making it? What's the point in making the A-Team instead of, like, no action or anything? And it's like, really? Really now? But I know what you're saying, Daniel. I know what you're saying.
They should call it the gay team.
Yeah, they should. They should.
But like back at Star Trek, like okay, I loved it. It was awesome. I mean, the Wrath of Khan was awesome, and it was just so good. And in the end, Spock sacrificed himself. He got massive radiation poisoning, and then they did the whole thing where, like like the whole touching scene where Kirk said goodbye to Spock, and then in the end, they just they shot him into the Ceti Alpha. Well, the new planet. I don't know what it was, but the Genesis planet, which I think it was great. And then that led into the search for Spock, which was awesome. And, I just loved it. But did you know that Gene Roddenberry hated the Wrath of Khan? He hated it.
Why's that?
He hated I don't know, because it didn't gel. It wasn't his vision.
Okay.
Like I said, Roddenberry's vision was all peace and happiness and everybody getting along and very, and oh my God, all peace and happiness and this boring shit. And then he saw the Wrath of Khan, and he was like, "Oh, this movie is dark and it's too dark and too gritty." And like I read this article, and this was true. Gene Roddenberry hated the Wrath of Khan. He hated the various themes of aging and loss. He hated the fact that Spock and Khan died. He hated the casualties and the action, and most of all, he hated the space battles. So he hated the space battles, and he hated everything about the movie. He wrote a bunch of angry memos to Nicholas Meyer, saying that this isn't his vision, and Star Trek isn't supposed to be an action series, and he doesn't want to turn it into a space battle show, a space battle opera, and he doesn't want to turn it into like Battlestar Galactica or a normal sci-fi series. He wants to keep it, the way he made it, which was boring and stupid.
Like boring.
Exactly. He wanted to keep it boring and drab, and like Nicholas Meyer just told Roddenberry to go fuck yourself, Roddenberry. Go fuck yourself. You know what? I'm gonna mainstream the hell out of this, and it succeeded. It succeeded every time they ignore Roddenberry. It succeeded. Because this is great. And I know, like, there's a lot of people out there who would, like, oh, whoa, 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 they would disagree with me, but screw them. I don't care. It's true. Like,
Question for you, Daniel. Here's a question for you. What are you looking forward to the Star Trek series?
Oh, my God. The new Star Trek series is awesome. Like I said, it has Nicholas Meyer on board, and this tells me that, okay, with Alex Kurtzman, Brian Fuller, and Nicholas Meyer. Okay, Alex Kurtzman worked on the new movies, so there's going to be a little bit of that. There's going to be that in the series. Brian Fuller worked on DS9, so there's going to be that in the series. And Nicholas Meyer worked on the Wrath of Khan. So this tells me this is going to be a combination of the new movies, DS9, and Wrath of Khan, which is great.
It is
but
good. I'm stoked for the new series. It's going to be pretty good.
Oh, yeah. But then I heard that they hired Eugene Roddenberry, the son of Gene Roddenberry. And I was like, oh, my God, they're going to Roddenberry this thing, And because they wrote a whole bunch of crap, like, Roddenberry is going to be there to make sure that this series is going to be what his father would have wanted, which is boring and drab. And I'm like, oh, God, you shattered my hopes and dreams. It's horrible. and then I heard something else from Transporter Room 3. These people have sources. And they know what they're talking about. They said that Rod Roddenberry is only there just for the name. He's only there to put his name on there. And the writers are not going to, he's not going to be in the writer's room. They're not going to listen to him. They're just going to go their own way. And they're not going to listen to him. He's just there. What?
Which is a good thing for fans that, like, the other writers are just going to go do their own thing and actually write more maybe action-based storyline and storytelling and stuff, which would be really cool for this generation of fans for Star Trek these days, which would be really good.
Yeah, that would be great. You know, that's, you know, and they're like, I'm so excited. My hopes kind of went up a little bit. I'm like, oh my god, they're not going to listen to him. And I'm like, good. You know, I mean, like, this is going to be action. It's gonna probably be good. I'm still a little worried that they have it on a streaming, because they're not going to put it on network TV, which means it's going to have kind of a lower budget.
But think about it. Netflix is doing Daredevil and all, like, the great Marvel TV series, like Jessica Jones and all that great Netflix Marvel series that's on Netflix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once it goes online, they could do better and darker things online these days instead of, like, on TV, actual on TV. It's much better because they can drop episodes, full-on episodes, just drop them all, and fans can just go there and watch those, like, every single episode instead of, like, going to TV and just watching one episode one day. Just go online and boom, all the episodes will be there and you can just watch them. Boom.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, this is good because streaming. Because I'm also hearing that streaming is kind of better than network TV, because network TVs, they got a bunch of executives there, and the executives can kind of wag their finger in your face and say, no, 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 you can't make this too dark. You can't do the violence thing. You can't do the sex thing. You can't do the dark and gritty thing. You have to kind of, you know, family friendly it. But streaming is not like that. Streaming, you can get by the principles and practices of all of those executives, because you don't have those executives there. So, you know, that's good. That's good. And yeah, because, like, I also heard that they want to do it a little differently, you know, which is good. They want to go a different direction, which is great. It means a more modern take, a more modern direction, not that Roddenberry crap, you know, which is all so boring. Because after all, this is the 21st century. This is 2016.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's different, you know, and, like, we have all these great shows like The Flash and Arrow and Supergirl, really fast-paced stuff, and they're really good stuff, really good stuff. So, you know, exactly, people, they need a faster-paced television. So, exactly, this is great. This is just great news, you know. Yep.
What are you hoping for this movie this year, Daniel? Like the 50th movie of Star Trek? Do you reckon that will go?
It looks good. Did you see the trailer?
Yes, I did see the trailer. It was epic, I'm going to say. Some people who we know didn't really like it that much because it was like, because they were on a different planet and they basically ended up on a different planet somehow, and it was like, how, like, basically they're stranded on a planet, an unknown planet they don't know of, and some people that we know of didn't really like the trailer, which I'm like, who wouldn't like the trailer? Like, really, that trailer was, okay, and it looked adventuring, and it looked really thrilling to see what's going to happen. How are they going to get off this certain planet that they'll be on for the Star Trek new movie for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek this year? So I'm hoping it will be really good this year. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be good. We have a new enemy called Kraal, Kraal, and he's played by Idris Elba, the guy with the gray face, and, you know, it's really good. The guy who says, he says something like, the frontier, like, this is where it begins, Captain. This is where the frontier pushes back. And that was like that was a good line. I was loving it. I was like, this guy means business. And he saw these little ships ripping the Enterprise to pieces. And they're just like, oh my God, they're ripping it to pieces. And I'm like, oh my God, these guys are like, these guys are tougher than Khan. I mean, they're more ruthless or something. And I'm like, oh, geez, that is so cool, you know? And, yeah.
Think about it too, Daniel. Like when the new Star Trek series is on, basically, I think it's next year. Is it on next year? Right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when the new Star Trek TV series comes out, right? What if they do a Doctor Who crossover in like not next year, 2018 possibly somehow with the new showrunner coming into Doctor Who, Chris Chibnall? That would be epic to see a Doctor Who and Star Trek crossover, like Doctor Who visits the new Star Trek. That because like Doctor Who has a new showrunner in it. The new showrunner maybe thinks of an idea how to involve Star Trek into Doctor Who, or maybe the Star Trek writers think of a way to bring the Doctor into Star Trek, and then they bring the Doctor into Star Trek. Maybe like maybe the Star Trek Enterprise is basically lost in space, and basically the only way who can like help the Enterprise get out of this like whatever they're in like whatever time vortex or something. Maybe they're trapped in a time vortex, and basically the Doctor has to figure out a way how to get them out of that time vortex with his TARDIS. That would be so awesome to see.
Yeah, but you know this new series, I'm hearing that it's not going to be the Enterprise. It's not going to be the Enterprise because, you know, J.J. Abrams has the Enterprise for his movies.
Okay.
And, okay, first of all, this series is going to be set in the Prime universe, the future of the Prime universe, so post Voyager. Who knows, maybe 50, 60 years after Voyager, or maybe 100 years, we don't know. And original timeline, we're gonna push into the future, and but it's not going to be the Enterprise. It's going to be probably the USS Reliant or something, because you know, they don't want to use the Enterprise because JJ has the Enterprise. So
yeah,
which is like, okay, you know, I mean, I'll accept it. Whatever it's on, I mean, you know, I can just pretend that the new starship is the Enterprise if I wanted to. So, yeah, you know, and I just can't wait to see this new generation ship. You know, I mean, you remember? Well, I don't know if you saw it, but at the last episode of Voyager Endgame, when they brought back all that technology, oh my God, I want to see how they. What?
Oh yeah, I think I've seen Endgame before. What you're talking about? I just trying to remember it in my head. So yeah.
Yeah, we all want to see how how they improved, how they build upon that technology, and you know, what I'm interested in, I want to see new threats. I want to see new bad guys coming, and like, what kind of threats, dark, gritty threats, can they throw at the Federation? You know, and like Starfleet, you know, like it has to be really big. The threat has to be big, you know, and like for example, Star Trek Online. That is great. I encourage anybody to watch it, to watch the walkthroughs, because it's great. It's great storytelling. It's set in the 25th century. It's got great storytelling and great threats, and I'm hearing that the new series will probably make Star Trek Online canon, which I'm really hoping so, because Star Trek Online is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's great storytelling, and I want them to make it canon, and yeah, I'm really excited, and yeah, so the first episode is going to be on network TV. It's going to be on CBS. Yeah,
That's good.
That's good. So the first episode is going to be on network TV, and they're going to introduce everything. But I think it's going to be a really long, because first of all, they're going to show us a history of Star Trek program, and then they're going to lead into the episode after the history of Star Trek program. So, and like, yeah, so I don't know. With this special episode, the episode could be like 2 hours long. We don't know. I hope it's going to be 2 hours long. You know, a 2 hour long episode, that would be great. And that's not counting the history of Star Trek program that comes on before it. So this could be like 3-4 hours long altogether. And I'm like, oh, that is sweet. I can't wait to sit to lie on my bed and watch like 4 hours long of you know. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I'm really, really hopeful, you know, and yeah, this is great. And you know what? I was watching this hi Raymond. So I was watching this this thing that Rod Roddenberry, he was on this thing, this like internet thing, and they were talking about Star Trek and the new series, and he said it himself, despite what people say, he likes the new Star Trek movies. The son of Gene Roddenberry said he likes the new Star Trek movies, despite what people say. And I know a lot of people, they hate the new movies. And I'm like, well, it's a new direction they're taking, the movies, you know? I mean, it's action. It's not going to be all cerebral and talky. You know, if you want that, go watch The Next Generation. This is like the 21st century, people.
Exactly.
This is the 21st century, you know? I mean, yikes. You know, whatever.
Like I said in Torchwood, the 21st century is where it all begins.
Yeah. Well, I think they say the 21st century is where it all changes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So, exactly. You know, maybe they can start off this new series, new century, like maybe, I don't know, I'm going to put a date. I'm saying, okay, maybe 23, no, wait, hold on. 2412, no, 2416. They could just say 2416 or 2417, the early 25th century is where it all changes. And there's like all these threats coming, and, you know, they got to fight them off, and it could be more of a darker, harder edge series, which would be awesome. We don't know anything about the series, but I'm just saying that's one direction it could go in. And I really hope it'll go in that direction. That would be great. Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. See, like the more darker, edgier Star Trek series for the new Star Trek series. That would be pretty cool. See.
Oh man, yeah. New technology, new threats, new everything, and I know
it would bring new fans into Star Trek also, like they did with when Doctor Who came back in 2005. It brought fans that love Star Trek into Doctor Who, that loved Doctor Who, that brought new fans into Doctor Who and stuff. So it would do the same for Star Trek with the new Star Trek series when it comes out next year.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would bring new fans, and new fans is what people need these days, like to make TV series last till like our generation that comes, like every single year. Like there's a new person that's born every single year, and whenever they're grown up, they get into a series. There you go, boom, there you go.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. This is gonna be awesome, and yeah, it's gonna be set in the original universe. You know, like Prime universe. We get all our history back, and yeah, this is awesome. Are you gonna check it out?
Yes, I will be. I will be definitely downloading it. Just to check it out and things, because I usually download my series and stuff whatever I want, because I work now, so I don't really have that much time and stuff, so I usually download my things to basically catch up and watch them. So yes, I will definitely be checking the new Star Trek series out next year. Yes, I will be.
Yeah, because like, see, you know, I have some pretty good ideas for the new series. Like, okay, you remember back in 2001, people at Enterprise. Okay, Enterprise. I gotta say, I liked Enterprise. Not at first, because when I found out, me like everybody else, I wanted a post-Voyager series, and when I found out that it was not going to take place after Voyager, they went back to like the 22nd century, I was like, oh, you know, I got turned off. So I turned off the television, and for a few years, I stopped. I didn't watch Enterprise. But then when season 3 came on, with the whole Zindi War arc, I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. You know, I loved it. You know, I mean, we had a new threat, you know, and they built a super weapon to destroy the Earth. And the Enterprise and Captain Archer, they had to go after the Zindi and prevent them from destroying our planet, which they did. And it was great. I loved it. That's how you do a series, you know?
Exactly.
And yeah, it was great. It was great. I loved it. And they had the whole temporal Cold War thing. People from the future, from the 28th, 29th, 29th, and 30th and 31st centuries. They were all coming to the 22nd century, and they were causing trouble. So yeah, it was good. I loved it. It was a great thing. I just loved it so much. See, that's what I would have done. You know, for the new series, I would do that. Like, okay, let's say it takes place in the early 25th century. Okay, I would have war threats from the 29th, 30th, and 32nd centuries to come back and, you know, cause a lot of shit, like an invasion kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would have done. So everybody gets what they want, you know. We get the future, because we push forward, and then we got people from even further into the future coming into the new time and, you know, causing trouble. The new time and everything causing trouble. So yeah, that would be great.
Also, like with TV these days, I love how like sci-fi TV series is making more time travel shows these days, like The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow, two brilliant, great time travel shows, and also Doctor Who, the third great time travel show. And it's like time travel show these days is like anything's possible because it's like anything's possible like of time travel, and you get that really cool aspect about time travel, and you get to like see where your awesome characters go to, what like event they go to, maybe the assassination of like Kennedy. That would be really cool to like see, like, and other things like other time travel aspects to things. That's why I love like about these shows that I've been watching about time travel aspects and like what is time travel possible maybe in the future. Who knows? Like, that would be epic if time travel would be possible for us in the future. But I don't know. Who knows what the future will bring? But just saying, it could be possible one day.
Yeah, you know, the cool thing about time travel is, like, now we know a little better. When you go through time, it technically isn't your universe. When you go back, let's say you go back in time, right? And let's say you run over your great grandfather, right? You just created a universe where you won't exist because you just accidentally killed your great grandfather. So yeah, you know, like, it's not really your universe. It may look exactly like your universe in every single way, but it's not. It is and it's not. I don't know if that makes sense to you, or anybody else, but yeah, it is and it's not.
Kind of like what Rose did. Like remember when she wanted to see her father, Pete Tyler, in like season 1 with like Chris Eccleston, and basically she was like, I want to see my dad, like Pete Tyler, and basically she saved her dad from getting hit by that car, and then those alien creatures, those time alien creatures, like came, and basically Pete Tyler was like, there was like a kind of like paradox thing, and then the doctor like got in by one of those things, and basically it was like Pete Tyler recognized that he was supposed to die, and he ended up dying, and then that universe with Pete Tyler still it did happen, but no one remembered after it what happened with Pete Tyler, how he died, but only like, you know, Rose and the doctor did, like, because Rose met her father, and her father knew that basically, hey, Rose is from a different universe, and look, I've got to do something to get the doctor back. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's great. It really is great. You know, I mean, time travel does create alternate universes, coexisting alternate universes that coexist with the universe that you come from. So exactly, you know, it's really, really interesting. You know, I love this is why I like science fiction. There's really, really interesting stuff. You know, and yeah, I think it's awesome. You know, okay, let me give you another example. You know, okay, there was like the Star Trek episode that said that, you know, I think it was called Parallels, the one with Worf. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see it? It was called Parallels, the one where
No,
Worf jumps from universe to universe.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that, but I will check that out online. So yes, I will check it out online.
So yeah, like, you know, he jumps around different universes, right? And then he goes to a Enterprise. After jumping around, he goes to one of the Enterprises, like I think the most advanced one, and then Data explains, like, you know, every like I think it's every half second or something, the universe fractures off into other universes, kind of like cells. You know how cells, there's one cell and then it turns into two cells and then it turns into three cells, then four cells. It keeps on replicating itself. And it's been doing this. The universe has been doing this since the Big Bang, and it's just constantly replicating itself every second. So let's say, yeah, so an infinite number of universes are being created every second. When you go back in time, that's not really your universe, and that point where you enter will just kind of splinter off into its own universe.
Yeah.
Exactly. So technically, you're just creating more. You know, you're just creating more universes.
More
So
paradox, basically.
yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if they're real. I don't know if they're paradoxes, but there are like more universes. Like think of it. Think of the universe as a woman, right? A really hot woman, and she's constantly putting out every second. When I'm saying putting out, I mean giving birth, right? She's giving birth over and over and over and over. And then I do something and I cause her to have even more kids. I do something to make her spit out more kids. What's gonna happen?
So she's just gonna keep spitting it out and just keep on losing it.
Yeah, she's gonna be losing it, man. She's gonna be losing it. So like, you know, exactly. Like, you know, exactly. So you're just creating more universes, and the whole thing where it says, okay, this is just my theory, but the whole thing where it says like, oh, you can create a damage to the universe by time traveling. Well, you know, to me that just sounds like, you could damage the universe because you're causing her to give birth more, right?
Yeah.
And she's gonna get damaged. She's gonna overheat. You know, she could, but you're gonna overheat it. You're gonna overheat. You know, she's gonna get damaged, right? She could. That's a big could, but you know, chance. You know, it never does happen. It never does happen. So exactly, you know, yeah, time travel is really awesome. Like for example, the Flash, right? Have you seen Flashback promo?
Yes, I have. He gets to go in time to basically when Pied Piper is like not even Pied Piping it. I'm pretty sure.
No, he's Pied Piper. And then yeah, you know, they went back to that episode where, okay, Pied Piper. You know, like you know that episode in season 1 where the Flash faces off against Pied Piper, and then he's looking at the battle, and I don't know why it's all in black and white, kind of. You know, it's kind of strange, but then it's like, you know, it's, you know, okay. Oh, also, I heard that this episode Flashback. You know how the Supergirl Flash episode, and Flashback.
Yeah.
Okay. They kind of got it mixed up. Flashback comes first, and then the Supergirl episode.
Oh wow.
It's not gonna. Yeah. So they kind of got it. Like kind of like, you know, So yeah,
So
exactly.
You have to kind of watch Flashback first, and then you have to watch the Supergirl and Flash crossover.
Exactly, because he goes back in time, and that's where he gets the
Yeah.
You know that big yellow thing, that Reverse Flash wears, like a tachyon device that makes him go faster.
Yeah.
He goes back in time. He goes to this other universe
Yeah.
that resembles his universe. Everything is exactly the same, and he gets the tachyon device from Reverse Flash, and then at the end he's going to go into the Supergirl universe. But
that makes sense now. Yeah.
But for some weird reason, they put the Supergirl Flash episode first, and then on Tuesday the flashback. That's why I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until Wednesday. I'm gonna watch Flashback first.
I can do the exact same thing too, because my Wednesday, for us, the Flash comes out every Wednesday for us, basically. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wait for the exact same thing what you're doing, because I don't want to make it not make sense to what's gonna happen. Yeah.
So it's great. It's awesome. He's gonna get a tachyon device, and then he's gonna. I don't know how he's gonna run into the Supergirl's universe, because I said to myself, okay, when he goes back in time, that's how he's going to run into the Supergirl universe, because the cracks in the cracks in the universe, he'll run, because like right now in season 2 he closed all the cracks. Remember, they sealed the cracks.
Yeah.
But then, and I'm like, oh, so how is he going to go to Supergirl universe without the speed cannon? How is he run into the Supergirl universe without the speed cannon? Oh, I get it. He's going to go back in time and run through a crack in time in the universe. But then I thought to myself, wait a second. The cracks in time, the cracks in the universe didn't exist in season 1. They existed in early season 2.
Yeah.
So that can't work. And now I'm confused. Okay, no speed cannon, no cracks in time. How the heck is he going to do this? I'm just thinking. I don't know. It's
always a possibility. There's always different possibilities.
Oh yeah, did you watch the new thing that Melissa Benoist and the Flash did?
The racing one?
No. I gave it to Brian. It's something. I don't remember what it was called, but it's this really cool thing where
you did a clip?
No. Melissa Benoist and Grant Gustin, they talk about the episode, and they say a bunch of new things. And they don't spoil the episode. They don't spoil it, but they say a bunch of really interesting. Yeah.
I'll have a look at it online. I'll see if I can find it online.
Wait, I'll give it to you. Hold on.
Wait.
Yeah. Say, did you invite Mikey D to this call?
Yes, I did, but he didn't come in.
Oh, okay. So because I just saw. I would like to see his idea for the new series, and everything. So
we could do a cast tomorrow, possibly, or Sunday if you want, because I'm gonna be at Clark Channel's house on Saturday night, because I'm sleeping over there, because my mum and dad are away until April 3rd, basically. So I'm basically home alone by myself all this week. So I was thinking, Daniel, we could blitz through all Daniel's Star Trek cast. Well, half of Daniel's Star Trek cast season 2, if you want.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we could do cast all week this week. But tomorrow I am seeing, just so you know, I'm seeing Batman vs Superman tomorrow. So I'm not quite sure what time I'll be home tomorrow at Clark Channel's house. But Sunday I will definitely be online, so we can do another Daniel Star Trek cast on Sunday if you want.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I heard that Batman versus Superman is not getting very good reviews. I'm
Yeah,
hearing.
I heard that too on Matrix Lord show. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think it was David, and Chris.
No,
Chris.
said it.
Yeah, they said that people are walking out of the theater,
I doubt it.
and I'm just like, oh, I mean, if this is
People wouldn't be walking out of the theater. People would be seeing it first, and then they'll make their decision whether they like it or not. They wouldn't be walking out of a cinema. Like, why would you walk out of a cinema if you paid and really? No, they go see it and then they'll make their decision whether they like it or not. And maybe maybe Batman vs Superman isn't getting good reviews. Oh well, but it's like other people's choice also to go see Batman vs Superman whether they like it or not. Because like I have a feeling it will be great. That's my opinion. I have a feeling Batman vs Superman will be a great movie to go see. That's other people's opinion if they don't like it. But for me, I have a feeling it will be great. Probably Raymond thinks it will be great also, possibly, maybe. Clark Channel definitely will think it's probably going to be great because he likes Superman and all that aspect about Superman and stuff. And for Doctor Who broadcast, probably he's going to like it. I don't know. Doctor Who broadcast kind of likes Doctor Who instead, but who knows? He might like it. Who knows? It's just opinions. Opinions matter with reviews and things these days. They're only just reviews. It's like, really? Only reviews.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, just like you know how Supergirl wasn't doing very good with the ratings, and that's one of the reasons why they did this crossover episode and they added Supergirl universe to the Flash's multiverse.
Yeah.
Because when the Flash goes to the speed cannon, we see Supergirl indicating that her universe exists in the multiverse. And then we see the 90s Flash, which exists in the multiverse. Yeah, I'm thinking if Batman and Superman really isn't doing well, maybe Zack Snyder and the people of the Flash, they can agree on maybe like for cross-promotional. Yeah, for cross-promotional purposes. When the Flash goes through the speed cannon again, maybe we can see events from Batman versus Superman indicating that, yes, that universe exists within the Flash's multiverse. We may not go, yeah, that would be great. We may not go and see that universe, but it exists. Mm-hmm. But yeah, exactly. And I want them to. I mean, I feel like they're going to add a whole bunch of new universes next time the Flash goes through the speed cannon. What I want to see personally is, George Reeves Superman, Christopher Reeves Superman, Dean Cain Superman from Lois and Clark, maybe Smallville Superman, Tom Welling, indicating, oh, those universes exist. We may not go and visit them, but they exist.
Yeah.
And I would love to see that. Maybe Tim Burton's Batman. I would love to see Tim Burton's Batman. Yeah. And maybe
you know what they're actually discussing about Supergirl? Melissa Benoist actually made like a theory with Kyla Lee, who actually plays Alex. I don't know if you've watched this, like Melissa Benoist's Q&A thing. It's on my channel. Go watch it. I put the Q&A that Melissa Benoist did on my channel for people to go watch it. And basically, Melissa Benoist states that Kyla Lee and Melissa Benoist actually made a theory that maybe Alex could be Batgirl because she has all the gizmos and gadgets that she has. And that she's kind of hinting maybe they could get Batgirl on Supergirl series for season 2.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw the last episode. Have you seen Manhunter?
Yes, I did. It was awesome.
That was awesome, and they explained what happened to the real Hank Henshaw. The real Hank Henshaw was a dick.
He was
he was a dick, you know. I mean, I'm like he was about to kill Martian Manhunter, and if it wasn't for Dean Cain, which Dean Cain plays Superman in Lois and Clark, he would have killed the Martian Manhunter.
Exactly.
And Dean Cain, you know, he remember how he defeated Hank Henshaw? He just kind of like they were rolling around, and then he kind of like pushed him off the cliff. And you know, I was like, whoa, that looked easy, but you know, I mean, that was like where did that come from? You know, that was like an easy kill, man. Like yikes! But then he got stabbed.
Yeah.
And then
he was alive. In the end, it was like a big bombshell that like Supergirl's like stepfather is alive. Like so, Alex's father is alive still. Which was like, Jeremiah Danvers is still alive.
That was like, it was cool. Like when Martian Manhunter touched the guy's head, and then kind of erased the guy's memory. We saw Jeremiah Danvers, and then he opened his eyes, like he's alive. You know, I have a theory. Okay, have you watched Smallville?
Yes, of course, Daniel. I've watched Smallville. Really, I have all the series at home.
Yeah, I have to find the whole Smallville collection because I cannot find Smallville anywhere. I can't find this nowhere. And I'm like, oh, how can it be gone? It was only the best show in the freaking world, you know. And
like, whatever. Look up eBay, or maybe download it off a download site like Kick-Ass Torrent. There you go. Yeah, actually, I know what you can get. Daniel, look up uTorrent. Download uTorrent, and then you can start downloading movies.
Yeah, but you remember Dean Cain played the character of well, he was supposed to be Vandal Savage, but then they gave him but for some reason they couldn't use the name, so they created a new name called Curtis Knox, which they dropped that name Curtis Knox as an Easter egg to Smallville in Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
And you know, Vandal Savage played Curtis Knox in Legends of Tomorrow as well. And okay, you know how in Supergirl, Jeremiah Danvers, he opened his eyes after being stabbed. And you know how Curtis Knox is immortal in Smallville? He's immortal. You can't kill him. Even Martian Manhunter said Curtis Knox is immortal. You can't kill him. And then Tom Welling asked Martian Manhunter, "What did you do to him?" And he's like, "Oh, me and your father had this don't ask, don't tell about crime and punishment. I suggest we follow the same rules." Now, the theory online says that Martian Manhunter exiled Curtis Knox to the Phantom Zone. But I'm thinking, what if Martian Manhunter, maybe he threw him to Supergirl's Earth. He probably erased his mind and threw him to a different universe. And then he landed on Supergirl's Earth. And then he became Jeremiah Danvers. I'm like, Curtis Knox. Yeah, Jeremiah Danvers is Curtis Knox.
That would be pretty cool to say. That would be pretty cool to say. Like what they do with that. What you're saying, Daniel.
That would be great. That would be a great connection with Smallville, you know? And
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. Like, okay, exactly. I mean, humans now can go to different universes in the Flash. So Martians are 10 times, 100 times smarter than humans. I mean, I think they should be able to do that too. You know, and you know, that would be like kind of cool. I don't know if this is true. I don't know. This is an idea. But come on, Dean Cain played one immortal guy on Smallville, and now he's playing another in Supergirl. There has to be a connection. You know, I mean, you know, it may not, but like, yeah, you know, it's really interesting, you know, and I'm so happy that Superman is coming back to Supergirl. You know,
I know, right? It'd be pretty good.
He may not be Superman, but he's still Superman to me. You know what I mean? And that would be great. I loved it. You know, I love Dean Cain. You know, he's a great. And also, people are discussing. You know, did you know that people are talking to Tom Welling about reprising his role as Superman on Supergirl?
I have a feeling it will happen soon. Like probably season two. Season 2, Tom Welling will be Superman.
Oh my God! Please, 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 please. Or he could do the Laura Vandervoort thing. He could come in.
Wait! I just got a good theory. What if, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tom Welling could be Clark Kent, but like not Superman yet. But what if he could be I don't know, what if maybe Hank Henshaw is still alive and ends up as Cyborg Superman, right? And has to basically, I don't know, change his skin somehow. Maybe change his skin somehow, disguise himself as like a lookalike Superman, and that could be Tom Welling.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. But I would like if he turned into Cyborg Superman. I would like him to look like himself. So that would be a good, like, let's say that Dean Cain became Cyborg Superman in Supergirl. That would be a good wink and a nod to Lois and Clark. That would be like freaking cool. We could have like Cyborg Superman, Dean Cain versus Tom Welling Superman. So we like two Supermans, you know, and I'm like, yeah, that would be great. I would love that, you know, and oh, that'd be great. And but we don't know. I think that they said that he's in that lab. I don't know, like what's it called? Star Labs. Well, I don't know. Mercury Labs, Star Labs. I don't know. It is some place where they take people, but yeah, you know, I mean, it's getting really interesting. You know, I mean, these shows are so freaking addicting. You know, they're so cool. I'm foaming from the mouth. I like these shows.
Just saying, just to let you know, remember Bree from season 1 of The Flash, that bee lady?
Bree?
Yeah, Bree. You know that bee one who could control bees and things.
Oh, remember? Yeah.
Yep, she's gonna be in Arrow next episode next week.
Oh yeah, she probably ran away from the Flash because she's like, oh, I'm not taking on the Flash again. He's too powerful for me. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna go take on Arrow.
So she's gonna be in next week's episode of Arrow, and she's starting Walking Dead as Beth.
Yeah.
To let you know.
So, like, oh, man, like, you know, so many exciting things are happening, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And still, you have to find out on Arrow also who's going to be dead in the grave. Who's going to die in the grave.
Oh, do you think it's
going to be like the one in... I don't think it's Thea. Thea's already died and came back to life, so I don't think it's her. I think it's either Laurel or Lance. It kind of makes sense because Detective Lance kind of like worked with Damien Dark, and basically he would be either after Laurel because Laurel's trying to like basically send him to jail, basically, and now Damien Dark is basically in court and his court trial's coming up. So it's like he's going to be either after Detective Lance or Laurel, which is Black Canary. So I'm like, I hope they don't kill off Black Canary or Detective Lance because those are two really good characters in Arrow. But it has to happen. I don't know. It's either one of those two, Detective Lance or Laurel. They'll either end up dying in Arrow at the end of the season finale.
Yeah. I don't really. Yeah, you know. So
you know it won't be Felicity. Felicity will probably end up leaving the show, or not leaving the show. She'll probably like leave to like a different place, and then she'll come back eventually and help out Team Arrow again. And then she'll probably, I don't know, will they ever get married? Will Oliver Queen and basically Felicity ever end up getting married? Who knows? I highly doubt it. Like maybe what they'll do what I heard on Emergency Awesome, maybe they'll do like the exact same thing that they did in Smallville. Maybe they will get married eventually at some point, but at the very end of like season 7 of Arrow, possibly, like they did in Smallville, how Lois and Clark got married.
Yeah. No, I saw with a wedding dress on in pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, does Felicity fight?
She doesn't fight. She's just like a computer like nerd type person, but like really fast computer person. She's kind of like Oracle in Batman.
Yeah, she's kind of cute, you know. Oh my God, she was with Barry. I don't know, she was with what's that guy called?
She was with Barry, like in like season. She liked Barry in season like 2 of Arrow, and when Barry came into Arrow in season 2, and then in season 1 of Arrow, she came in Arrow. Well, no, in season 1 of Flash. Sorry, keep my tongue twist things here. Yeah, but she basically Felicity liked the Flash. Yes, she did like the Flash at some point.
Yeah. It's like Felicity's cool. And hey, do you think Arrow is ever going to cross over with Superman? I don't think so.
I doubt it.
Because I don't know, Arrow, he never goes to other universes.
Mm.
And do you think Supergirl will come to the Flash?
They're saying Supergirl might cross over to the Flash eventually.
And I keep on hearing that I keep on hearing it would be too expensive.
Daniel, but Daniel, there's one thing. Guess what?
Yeah.
Ready to hear it? You know that when you know how the Flash went into that speed cannon thing and basically saw Supergirl in the Legion ring?
Yeah.
Well, that Legion ring is in Supergirl.
Yeah, I saw that. That was in what's that episode called? The one where Laura Vandervoort was Brainiac 8.
Yeah. That was, I think it was called. I did a review on it. I can't remember again. So that was episode 15. No, 16. Sorry, 16. 16. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That was a good episode. I like Laura Vandervoort as Brainiac 8. She comes from the Brainiac family. We saw her with her blonde hair a little bit when she was talking. I don't know, but I think I see Laura Vandervoort as the Supergirl, at least for me. When I think of Supergirl, I think of someone really beautiful and really amazing, someone you want to be with. Someone you want to be with, someone that just shocks and awes you. With her beauty and her, everything, her attitude and everything. And that's what I got from Laura Vandervoort. But when I look at least for me, when I look at Melissa Benoist, I don't see all that, in her. She's she's nice, but, she's just not my Supergirl, and I'm happy that Laura Vandervoort is a part of Supergirl universe. It's great. They even said that she was the reason why Supergirl came to Earth. So I like that. That she was the reason why Supergirl came to Earth. It was really great. And I think she did some martial arts. She did some martial arts on, she kind of fought a little bit, and that was pretty damn cool. That was pretty nice.
Remember that bear hug scene? How full on Brainiac 8 had Supergirl like in a bear hug position. Remember that?
Yeah. That was awesome. And then she launched like a bunch of nuclear missiles or something. And then Supergirl had to like punch in the code to, and then the nuclear missile just kind of fell into the. I'd be scared, man. I'd be scared. It fell in the ocean. It was deactivated, but imagine if that thing, by some reason, activates again and blows up.
Oh,
that's scary. That is scary. I would be terrified. I don't give a crap what they say. Oh, it's deactivated. It's harmless. Anything can happen. A short circuit. Maybe water leaks into the missile. Maybe radiation leaks out of the missile and poisons the water supply.
Very nice.
Anything can happen. And I'd be terrified. Yeah. I'd leave that city right away. I mean, it's scary. But I'm pretty sure Supergirl and the DEO kind of took the missile back or something.
Okay, Daniel, here's another question. Who do you think will die at the end of Supergirl season finale?
I never heard that. Someone's gonna die?
Someone's supposedly gonna die in either before the season finale or the finale.
I don't know. Oh my god, that's I heard of it. Wow.
For me, I'm hoping it's not Alex. If it's Alex Danvers, I swear to God, if they kill off Alex, I will never watch Supergirl. Never again.
Oh my god, that would be horrible if they killed off Alex. Alex is so cool.
Alex is cool. I swear to God, if they kill off Alex, Alex is one of my favorite characters in Supergirl. She's like a full-on ninja chick. And I swear to God, I love Alex. Alex is one of my favorite characters, one of my beloved favorite characters in this Supergirl series. And if they kill off Alex, swear to God, I will never watch Supergirl again. Sorry to say, Supergirl people. Don't kill off Alex. Swear to God.
No, I really hope that Superman will make an appearance.
I actually, Melissa Benoist did say he will make an appearance again in I think the season finale or before the season finale. So
yeah, exactly. That would be great. But so that means they casted him. They casted an actor.
They haven't casted an actor yet, but I think we'll see the back of him again, maybe, possibly. So you get to see a glimpse of Superman come back because he is what Melissa Benoist said. Melissa Benoist said that Superman will come back in before the season finale or the finale, and you will get to see a glimpse of Superman. And she also stated that it is a Supergirl series and it is Kara Zor-El's storyline, so it's not all about Superman, it's about her. So Superman can appear at times, but it's all about Supergirl instead of Superman. That's what she said.
I know, it's weird because you think to yourself, okay, I know, but it's weird. Like, he never appears at all. It just seems like he never appears at all. And it's just weird. I know he appears sometimes in flashes. Like, remember, I think it was the first time he appeared. Kara was I don't know what she was doing. She was fighting this guy that was shooting energy at her or something.
Yeah.
And then we saw Superman, and then he was beating Kara like crazy. He was beating Kara like crazy, and then at the last moment, we saw Superman fly in, and remember when the guy shot energy at Kara?
Yeah.
It was hurting her.
Yeah.
But when he shot energy at Superman, he was just standing there.
Yeah. He was standing there and boom.
Yeah, he's like, is that it? Like, is that all you got? Is that the best you can do, buddy? And I'm like, it just bounced off him like a bullet. And I'm like, how come it hurt Supergirl, but it didn't hurt Superman?
Superman's kind of, I don't know, more powerful maybe than Supergirl, but Supergirl is Superman's cousin, so they do have the same aspects kind of thing, but Supergirl is a girl, and some maybe, I don't know, maybe electricity affects her more than Superman, possibly. I don't know, who knows. But yeah, I reckon they'll explain it probably in the season finale somehow, or maybe in season 2 they'll explain it, who knows.
Yeah, just like Superman the animated series. Have you seen Superman the animated series in the 90s?
I don't really watch animated series, no.
Okay, in that show, Superman gets hurt by electricity. And I'm like, what? That's not Superman. No, but I figure that maybe it's like super electricity or something. Maybe they found a way to hurt Superman because it's like it kind of takes place in the future.
Yeah.
You know, you saw all these futuristic cars and shit. You know, and Superman doesn't get hurt by electricity. You know, and,
Exactly. Yeah.
And it wasn't electricity. It was like some weird energy shit that he was shooting at.
Was it Livewire?
No. It was like this guy. It was like this weird guy with one eye, and he was all machined. Well,
that must have been the same guy who Supergirl fought, possibly. I don't know. Maybe.
Weird, man. So I'm like, yeah, but exactly. I really, really hope that you know what? You gave me an idea. I really hope that it's a good idea. I really hope that Jeremiah Danvers, Dean Cain, becomes Cyborg Superman. That would be a good wink and nod to his character from Lois and Clark. That would be great.
It would be. It would be cool.
But I still think he's Curtis Knox. Like the characters are way too similar. Like, the characters are way too similar. They open their eyes when they have like fatal wounds, and I'm like, oh, they're both immortal.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a kill wound, man. The wound that Hank Henshaw gave Jeremiah Danvers, that was a kill move. That guy was a soldier, and he did a kill move on the guy. There was no possible way he could have survived that.
True.
But okay, it's interesting. I mean,
but you know how Cyborg Superman, right? Basically, he's all metal in it. Well, half metal, half human, right? What if Cyborg Superman decided to basically disguise himself as Jeremiah Danvers and basically full on make himself like Jeremiah Danvers, and when they discover that Jeremiah Danvers is still alive, Martian Manhunter and basically Alex discover that he's still alive, right? Maybe when they reach to that secret military base and they find Jeremy Danvers, it's like full-on Jeremy Danvers, right? And then in the finale, in the end of the finale, it's like you discover that Cyborg Superman basically disguised himself to look like Jeremy Danvers.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Well, I got to end the cast now, by the way, Daniel. So it was awesome being on your cast, by the way, the Daniel Star Trek cast season 2. It was good. Well, thank you, Daniel. And Daniel Star Trek cast will be on Sunday. So check out Daniel Star Trek cast season 2. Episode 2 on Sunday, viewers and subscribers, and thank you, viewers and subscribers, for watching, and see you guys next time to end off Daniel Star Trek. Bye for now.
Bye.